If you've been watching football for more than 10 years, then you know this feeling. That split second when your team scores. You jump up, you shout, you feel that rush in your chest, and then you freeze. Because now you're not celebrating the goal anymore. You're waiting for a line to appear on a screen, waiting for someone in a room you can TC to decide if your joy is allowed or not. This is not how football used to feel. And deep down, you know it. Welcome to Sportx Radar. If you care about the soul of the game, if you care about what football really means, subscribe now, because this conversation matters more than people want to admit. I want to be clear from the start. VAR was not created with bad intentions. The idea behind it was simple: make the game fairer, reduce obvious mistakes, help referees in critical moments. On paper, it sounded perfect, almost perfect, and maybe that was the first warning sign. Before VAR, football was chaotic, emotional, unfair at times, yes, but alive. Referees made mistakes, and those mistakes became part of football history. We argued about them in pubs, we screamed at televisions, we remember them forever. Some of the most iconic moments in football exist because of human error, and we accepted that, because football was human. Now, football is precise, measured, frozen frame by frame, and that precision has a cost. The first thing for change forever is the way we celebrate goals. Goals used to be pure instinct. No hesitation, no doubt, just emotion. Now every goal comes with a question mark. Players don't even celebrate properly anymore. They look at the assistant referee. They look at the big screen. Fans stay silent for a few seconds, afraid to celebrate too early. That pause may only last 10 seconds, but emotionally, it kills the moment. And football is built on moments. I've watched stadiums go quiet after goals, not because fans were disappointed, but because they were unsure. That uncertainty is poison for a sport that lives on passion. When you remove instant joy, you don't just change the game, you change how it feels to watch it. Another thing VAR has done is slow football down. Football is supposed to flow. It's supposed to be unpredictable, but VAR stops the game over and over again. Players cool down, fans lose focus, tension disappears, and when the decision finally comes, half the stadium is angry anyway. VAR was meant to reduce controversy. Instead, it changed the type of controversy. Now we don't argue about what happened. We argue about interpretations, about lines, about angles, about whether a shoulder is offside by 2 centimeters. This is where VAR completely lost its way. Offside was once a simple concept. You were either ahead or you weren't. It made sense. Today, offside is decided by digital lines drawn on a screen, sometimes using angles that don't even match the camera perspective. I've seen goals disallowed because a player's toe was offside. A toe, not an advantage, not intent. A toe, and I ask myself, is this really justice? Or is it just technical correctness? Because football was never meant to be mathematically perfect. It was meant to be fair within reason, and VAR replaced common sense with geometry. Penalties are another disaster. Before VAR, penalties were given based on what the referee saw in real time. Now, every handball is analyzed in slow motion, and slow motion changes everything. It makes natural movements look deliberate. It turns accidents into crimes. I've seen defenders punished for having arms in positions that are completely natural. When running or jumping, VAR didn't clarify handball rules. It exposed how broken they are. And the worst part is the inconsistency. The same incident gets a different decision in different leagues, different matches, even different halves of the same game. That inconsistency destroys trust. Fans don't trust referees anymore, but now they don't trust VAR either. And once trust is gone, the system is already failing. Another uncomfortable truth is that VAR shifted responsibility away from referees. Referees used to own their decisions. Now, they hesitate. They wait. They rely on someone else. That hesitation is visible, and when referees lose confidence, players sense it immediately. The authority on the pitch feels weaker than ever. And let's be honest, VAR didn't remove bias, it just hid it behind technology. Decisions are still made by humans, humans with opinions, humans with pressure, humans who interpret the rules differently. Technology didn't remove subjectivity, it just gave it a new interface. What hurts me the most is how VAR changed big moments. Last-minute goals, comebacks, title-deciding scenes. These moments used to be legendary. Now they're delayed, reviewed, sometimes canceled. And when that happens, the emotional impact is never the same. You can't recreate that first reaction. You can't replay raw emotion. Football memories are emotional snapshots. VAR smears those snapshots. Some people say fans will get used to it, that this is just the future. Maybe they're right, but getting used to something doesn't mean it's better. It just means we've accepted the loss. I believe VAR should exist, but not like this. It should be limited to clear and obvious errors, not microscopic ones, not subjective interpretations in slow motion, not decisions that even experts argue about for hours. VAR should support football, not dominate it, because when technology becomes more important than the game itself, something has gone wrong. Football doesn't need to be perfect. It needs to be honest, emotional, human, and right now. VAR took some of that away. This is Sportx Radar, and if you feel the same way, you're not alone. Subscribe, share your opinion, and let's keep talking about the game we love, because football deserves better.